Oh, yay!
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
This is the third time we've tried to record this video. This is the first one.
11 or 12 euro now instead of 10.
Yeah. And then we went to the woods earlier today. And
we did.
Here's proof.
So I've been feeling a little guilty about Barnabas recently. Because I thought about it this morning. I was like, all he does is sit by the kitchen sink. Then he gets dragged to festivals, stretched around, taken on adventures with Uncle Billy and Auntie Ruby, and then back to the sink again. So I thought he could get some fresh air today. Yeah. I'm sorry, mate. We've put you through it. And now he can enjoy the forest with us.
You do care.
Maybe just a little bit. Oh, I'm a softie, and a little softie. Oh, she's a softie.
So yeah, Barnabas has been out for a walk, but you know what hasn't been out for a walk? This video being recorded. No.
Keep it. I liked it. I liked it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much to all 8 of our exclusive Patreon members.
As many as 8.
As many as 8! If you want to join our Patreon, the link is in the description below.
The heat.
The heat. Are we going to jump straight into the heat?
Well, we might as well, because that was on my mind a lot. I know everyone says it, but I just like 20 degrees, cloud cover, with sun. I want the sun to be there.
Yeah, the occasional like, hello.
Yeah, like, oh, hello. But clouds please, and like, I just can't be bothered to keep putting on sun cream as well. I liked the water cannons on the big stages.
Yeah.
On the outside stages.
I mean, considering the heat, they did a fair amount to
accommodated.
Remedy it.
Yeah.
Like, there is plenty of water points around the whole festival. They're all on the edges, so maybe it could have been done with more like in the centres, but
yeah.
I don't see how they could do that.
No.
But there's loads all around the edges of the festival. And yeah, those mist cannons.
They were nice, yeah. I remember during Dragon Force just getting the waft, and me, you and Ben were like...
And then obviously there's like trees to huddle under.
Yeah, and they've got like marquee that you can like sit at those long tables and eat or get shade. Not that it was that cool in the shade.
More shade in the arena would be nice. Like, it would be cool if the bleachers were shaded.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's like always exposed to the roasting sun, but you're so grateful for a seat that you're like, I'll burn. I don't know if it's because we're British and we just can't handle like certain types of heat. It took it out of us, you know?
Yeah, it was definitely harder than Bloodstock 2022, which was the heatwave year.
Yeah.
The year that it almost hit 40 degrees.
I know.
And I think at Bloodstock 2022, we went into it knowing it was going to be a heatwave, and we were quite sensible that year. We drank lots of water.
We
drank only really in the evening.
Yeah.
But this year at Graspop,
caught us off guard, guys.
We all got very drunk on the first night.
We did.
The 4 Chunder tears.
The 4 Chunder tears. I'm honoured to be part of that gang.
4 people threw up on the first night.
Everyone got Dippy Donutters. Messy. I'm holding you accountable.
Well, speaking of Dippy Donutters, should we jump into what they have to say?
Let's do it.
Apologise that we're in uniform and it's a bit rushed, but we haven't really seen each other like the past week.
No, work life getting in the way, it's a right thing.
Graspop was absolutely amazing, so we would like to thank everyone for being there as well.
Yes, thank you for basically inviting us along and just tagging along with your group. It was great.
Yeah, so it's first time festival abroad for us, first time camping festival this year, first time camping as a group as well.
Yeah, it's normally just us 2 being like little loners.
So it's amazing actually camping with people and such lovely people at that as well.
Yes, I wasn't loving the heat. The heat was too much. But apart from that, it's all good. What's the best bands then, in your opinion?
Orbit Culture, Perturbator. I really liked Korn seeing them for the first time. Nine Inch Nails were amazing.
Yes.
Just too many good bands to mention.
Yeah, In Flames.
Oh yeah, In Flames, of course.
We can't miss out on Flames. No. In Flames is like our band. It's just like the crowd surfed. It was amazing. And Death Clock. Yeah. Paradise Lost. We get to see them again next week.
Yes, and Unto Others.
Unto Others. Yeah. Such a good lineup. We just basically didn't stop. We just kept on going. Thank you for accepting us.
Yeah, thank you again.
We'll be back again next year. Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Dippy Donutters. No, those 2 are great. They were absolute delight to camp with. That's a good segue onto my other point of attention, is that I thought the group we had this year was so solid.
Solid, 10 out of 10 group. We had fully spawned squad there. We had some Mars members. We had some YouTube friends.
Yeah,
it was sick.
It was just a really well-rounded group. Yeah. And Matt getting us cocktails, so nice.
And the gazebo.
And a crate. That was like the heavens. It was like, when he came down.
But speaking of, shall we chime into what Matt has to say?
As I drink my last can of Jupiler, starting off with my favourite sets of the weekend. My favourite one, I've got a bias, which is blood incantation. They had some technical issues at the beginning, but they powered through it. They were late by about 20 minutes, but they powered through and they were absolutely excellent. They're so... The other one that I thought was absolutely fantastic was Orbit Culture. I've never seen Orbit Culture before. Obviously, I've heard of them and I've listened to a few songs, but oh my God, they blew that tent away. So much so that I think I'm going to go see them on tour again later on in this year. The other one that springs to mind was Silasys. So good. They seem very professional at what they do. I would say the biggest surprise, there's probably two biggest surprises that I can think of. The one was when we're at the Belgian bar and there was a band in the background that we just obviously listening to, and there's a band called Propane, and never heard of them before really, never knew what they were like. We thought they were like a hardcore-y sort of band, but every song that they played, they progressively go, oh, that was pretty good, oh, wow, I like that was actually really decent. So that's definitely one band that I'm going to check out now is Propane. I mean, obviously, like bands like Death Clock was really cool to see, you know, and obviously the big ones as well. Korn were fantastic. I said it at the time, it's like, how do they make their guitar tone sound more meatier than it already is? The festival itself, as again, first time going to the festival, getting into the festival was so simple. We just walked into the campsite. No queue, no nothing. We just, oh, the gates are open. Oh, we'll walk in. Oh, there's your tent. There's pitch. Oh, we're done. It was logistically so good. Every stage we went to were fantastic. The sounds were really good. Apart from the one sound that I did have a bit of a gripe with was Judas Priest. They sounded a bit quiet and a bit flat, I would say, which is unfortunate because it was no fault of their own, because I think when them doing what they do, they were really good. I just think the sound could have been better. The last thing I want to do is thank everyone that I met and I camped with, because I'm basically an outsider, not an outsider, but I don't know everyone as well, and I was just going to Graspop and I got invited to camp with everyone else, and it was like really, really nice to, you know, say, camp with us. And it's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, it's fine, camp with us, buddy. And I massively appreciate that because it was super cool. It was really cool to meet everybody, and everyone was so polite and so nice and made me feel so welcome. And just on that Wednesday night playing the hat throwing game and water pistols and the concoctions and things like that, it was a lot of fun. And that's what makes a festival enjoyable, is not only the bands but who you go with and what your company is. And I had great company. Thanks guys, much appreciated. You guys are legends.
Thanks, Matt.
Go subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, he already captured the pure essence of Graspop. It's very nostalgic.
He also is a tank. He saw over 50 bands.
Honestly, I don't know how you did it.
Absolute tank.
We met a lot of you guys, which is really cool. Definitely more than last year. It's nice to see the channel grow that way.
It is nuts how, like, you know, we went to a festival abroad and there's still a heap of fans to come up and say hi.
I know.
And I love it. Just
from like different countries as well. Yeah. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you.
Well, that's the thing, like the amount of people that said, oh, thank you so much for like taking time out of your day to talk to us. I mean, likewise.
Yeah, it works both ways, absolutely. Yeah. And no, there was some really lovely people, so it was so nice to meet you all.
If you met me on the Wednesday, I'm so sorry if I was drunk, but you know what? I'm also not sorry because I was at a festival.
Because I was drunk.
Yeah. Oh dear, no, lovely people. Who was your least favourite person you met?
My least favourite person?
Also, with us in this video are loads of other people that went to the festival. Billy and Ruby. They're the reason why we went to Graspop in the first place.
That's so true, yeah.
Well, hello Mead, hello Metal.
I thought all the after parties were really good, like in the Metal Dome.
Yeah.
Shit face. We were partying with these dressed as Korn people. Yeah. We were partying with them for ages, and that was really fun. And just like being out with like Jade and Aston and you whenever you chose to appear was just really, really fun.
I had a great time in the after parties actually. I missed one or two actually. I missed one because of there's a con. We'll get that out of the way quickly. My phone being nicked, I'll get that out of the way now. And that was one of the worst things I've had at the festival. Obviously it didn't get nicked, but it was attempted multiple times, and I missed the after party because of it. I didn't have anything left, and that was the Limp Bizkit day, wasn't it?
I was so drunk I barely remember being there, but it was fun. I think one of the pros I was going to say was the staff and security were like brilliant the whole time.
They got a sense of humour, you know, like if we push boundaries, we talk a lot of shit and we do a lot of shit.
But you don't feel like they're judging you or like keeping their eye on you. Like they want you to have fun. They appreciate it's a festival, you're going to be a bit drunk and a bit rowdy, and they're not like beady eyes on you the whole time like other places where it makes you feel like you can't have fun.
There was one instance of that when me and Aston were dancing on the table and the security come over and just told us to get down. They didn't throw us out. I was like, sweet, we can do it again later on.
Contrary to what a lot of people have said about the crowds this year, I know everyone had shit experiences. I know there was bad things going on, but I had really good experiences with the crowds. When I was at the front for like Slipknot and stuff, and I'd lose Billy, he'd be gone swallowed into the pit or something. Other people were like actively looking out for me and protecting me and being like, are you okay? Like, do you want to get out? Just let us know if you want to get out, you know, like just recognizing I'm like a short girl getting pretty smushed at the front and offering help. That's
nice to hear. We're used to 10, 15 degrees. This festival was like 35 degrees. I was gone. I was a sweaty mess. It wiped me out for days. I'm not used to this heat. I can't do hot weather at all.
Let alone me. Pale as fuck. Like, can't be in the sun. I cannot bear it. I was just going to say, at other festivals, like Pitfest, they've got like more shaded areas. Like they have loads of benches with like a giant tarp over it in front, like near the stage, so if you want to be in the shade you can.
Band highlights for me personally, Behemoth. Last time I met up with Zach and Claire, I dislocated my shoulder in the Behemoth pit, so it wasn't the finest or best day for me, so getting to watch the rest of that set that I missed, that was nice. Skindred, you know what you're getting. It's always going to be a 10. Airborne, again, it's always going to be a 10. These two bands are never going to have a bad show. Judas Priest, man, I was singing my heart out with the guys from Pitfest, strange enough. Me, John, Linkin Arms. Yeah, just partying away, really, really drunk. It was nice for me to be able to drink again, because I hadn't drunk in a month.
Go back to my emo days. Bullet for My Valentine was fucking great. I'm sorry, but they were so good. And we were like at the perfect level of like drunk to enjoy it fully.
See, I'll tell you why Ruby likes Bullet is because he's got arms like fucking legs now. That wasn't the case when we used to go watch him. Now he's got big old arms.
I've literally never fancied him at all.
I fancy him.
I know you do.
Now look at the size of it. I wouldn't have a choice.
I know we saw them in Prague, but sorry about that little vibration there. That was Zach texting us.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Get out of the way, Zach. We're doing it. We're getting it done.
Give us a chance. Slipknot with Jade. That was really fun. We were really drunk. We're at the front. That was a laugh. Hatebreed was fun.
Hatebreed was brilliant.
Yeah.
Hatebreed's always fun.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like that.
From what I saw of Orbit Culture was really good, but then I got heat stroke.
Orbit Culture are great. It's a special band for me and Aston, but the thing with it was my phone got nicked and it ruined the experience. But other than that, we were pitting away and it was great. Band not highlights.
Not
Till. I'm a massive Rammstein fan and Till was shit, man. What the hell was that?
That was utter dog shit.
I'm really gutted.
I was angry at how bad it was.
Thanks again, guys, for getting us on the channel, letting us talk about some Graspop pros and cons. Appreciate it. Appreciate you both. Love you both.
Thanks, Billy and Ruby.
I feel like Scullies are a scam.
I agree.
They're just a straight up scam. There's no reason for them. There is nothing wrong with contactless payment. So like you go up to a food vendor and you're like, 4 Scullies for fish and chips. Go on then, because I don't know what 4 Scullies is in the moment.
Yeah.
But then like you look back on your receipt and you're like, wow, that fish and chips set me back a lot of money.
It was a lot more expensive this year.
Yeah.
I say a lot more. It was more expensive this year.
It was more expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
What were the things that like ticked you off?
Big bottle of Coke used to be last year about €10. Now it was like 11, 12 euro.
12
That's
euro
so mean.
for a bottle of Coke.
It's not even any alcohol in it. Insanity. Mel, who can't have gluten, bought like some peppermint tea bags and some porridge and stuff to like keep her going. €3.50 or 1 Scully for some hot water.
Yeah.
And I just find that really cheeky, you know? Like, they have it anyway.
Fucky.
Speaking of Mel and her dietary needs, let's catch up with Greg and Mel.
Yo! Graspop was fucking amazing. We had an even bigger group than last year, but it was still, the experience was just as smooth and just as awesome, and it wasn't even raining this time. We had the opposite problem and it was too fucking hot the whole time. So my top 3 are going to be Korn, who are amazing. I knew they were good, but they're one of those where the live just doesn't even compare. They were so incredible live. Also, The Who were fantastic. We both knew they would be good. I happened to be very stoned when we watched them. I was in a crowd of people just with some guy going, oh, and I was like, mind-blowingly good. And also Slipknot were fucking incredible. I was probably a little bit too drunk for that one, but that also led to me really enjoying it. Also, I'm going to cheat and give honourable mentions to Beast in Black and Silosis.
I think my 3 tops are exactly the same as yours.
Yeah.
Although I'd put Slipknot in first place. Waited 10 years to see them again, and it finally happened. The Who, again, even though it was absolutely boiling in that tent, powered through, and probably could have stayed in there for an extra 2 hours just to see them. Yeah, Korn. I knew Korn were going to be good.
Yeah, because you saw them download 22, didn't you? When I went to the darkness instead. Biggest disappointment for me, probably Trash Boat. I went to see Trash Boat because I listened to them in preparation for this, but they didn't really sound much like they do on record. The sound wasn't great on the Jupiler stage that day.
Disappointment. I'm going to have to say Judas Priest, which is going to be a very unpopular opinion for this vlog.
They could have been mine as well.
I just felt bad for him. He just seemed really tired. I wanted to go and give him a pillow and have a lay down. I wouldn't say it was a disappointment, but I really found the end of Slipknot really strange. Like, they were my favourite band to see, but the ending, it kind of felt like it wasn't the end. They played Scissors at the end. The only reason we knew it was finished was because they opened the back door. And we're like, oh, okay, that's it.
And one surprise for me, going to be Employed to Serve, one of Ben's favourite bands. So, like, I'd listened before, I knew they were good. I didn't think they were going to be totally my thing, but they were actually incredible live.
My biggest surprise, Beast in Black. Saw them at Bloodstock, but I can't really remember it.
We were melting that day, yeah.
Just not having a good time. They were the best for me, not counting the ones that I already knew were going to be amazing.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Amazing festival. Thanks for watching.
2, 3.
Thanks, Greg and Mel. I liked the boardwalk thing in this campsite to get to the supermarket.
Yeah, the boardwalk was really good actually.
It just
Could
made
have done
things
with it last
easier.
year.
Yeah.
When it was all boggy.
Yeah. It's a
True.
good solution because it makes like pulling trolleys and stuff for people super easy.
Yeah.
Minimises dust. Love that.
Good disabled access.
More of the boardwalk, yeah.
I personally missed like silent discos or like, you know, other activities going on.
Yeah.
If you're not into clubbing, which I'm actually not these days, it was actually kind of boring.
I just like talking to people, having a drink, doing some shenanigans.
Yeah.
And most of all, watching bands.
Yeah.
The tribute acts were good. We watched a bit of Pantera tribute. That was all right.
I think also like one of these club night things, I genuinely like can't hear anyone if they try to talk to me. It's like I'm in my own bubble for like 2 hours and I'm just like, oh, I'll try and lip read, but I genuinely, my hearing's so bad.
Yeah, you see people just having a casual conversation.
Right?
I'm like, how good is your hearing?
How do you do that?
When I'm talking to someone, I'm just like, hey?
Huh?
Hey?
Third time and it starts to get embarrassing and you're like, I can't ask for a third or fourth time.
I tell you who also spoke about the nightlife, Claire.
Who's that?
Kyle.
Oh yeah, let's hear what we have to fuck.
Hey yo, what up, Meat and Metal family? It's such an amazingly run festival. There's so compact. The Marquee and the Metal Dome are always two of the best sounding stages at any festival I've ever been to. Download and Bloodstock, the tents don't sound nearly this good. Every band I saw on those stages sounded huge. Big props to the sound guys in the tents. Really good food selection, the only problem being myself and Mel are either gluten or yeast intolerant, and I'd spent a lot of my time pooping and Mel spent all of her time eating salads to not be in pain. Also, the toilets really fucking clean, really good quality toilets. Clean them out like all the time. There's always toilet paper in them, which is very rare at a UK festival. Didn't have to spend too long to get into them at any point. Even like in the busiest times, I don't think I was queuing for the toilet for more than like 5 minutes, which as an IBS boy is a blessing. If you haven't figured it out by now, it was fucking hot. I like the heat. I deal very well in the heat. I am always a perpetually cold boy, but it made life very difficult. As veteran British festival goers, we're used to a lot of rain and a lot of mud, and if that happens, you bring some good boots, you bring a poncho, and you crack on. But this was like, okay, What do we do? What could they have done about it? In general, it's quite difficult to get liquid at this festival. There's so many food vendors and none of them are allowed to sell any kind of drink. Why do I have to queue for food and drink separately? It's silly. Favorite bands? Korn absolutely blew me away, as I'm sure most of the people in this video will agree. Opeth, I mean, I fucking love them anyway. I was always going to have a good time. Me and Josh were like 3 rows from the front just by walking there. It was so easy, which is insane. Third place, probably Blood Incantation. We only saw half of their set, but oh my god, we were just walking past and we were like, oh, that sounds really good. And we went in and it was during Ginger, who I was like, I'm not missing Ginger, no way, I love them. But oh my god, Blood Incantation just melted our brains. They, again, in the marquee, it just always sounds so good, and they put on a masterclass. Honourable mentions, Knock Loose, always really fun. Employed to Serve, they played the Jupiler stage and they absolutely killed it. It was rammed and people went fucking feral. Worst band, another Jupiler band, Alien Ant Farm. Oh my god, just really kind of cringe. Biggest disappointment, Poppy for me. I was really looking forward to Poppy. She was one of the top 3 bands for my whole weekend and she just sounded really boring. Oh yeah! Overall though, fantastic festival. Love you, bye.
Thanks, Kyle. Oh yeah, go back to like the nightclub stuff.
Yeah.
There was that fucking dude, bro, that like I bumped into.
Oh yeah.
It was like this huge topless tattooed fucking...
He was really short though.
Short dude, bro. And yeah, I accidentally bumped into him, I guess. I don't remember.
I don't even see you do that. But
and yeah, he was like... Actually, I can't really remember what he said.
He wasn't speaking English, but that's what I interpreted from him. Because at first we thought that we'd gone in the queue in front of, like, pushed in front of him. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll stand back. And he was like... And I just went, fuck off.
I was so drunk, I didn't have a clue what he was on about. For a good 20 seconds, I was just laughing at him.
He's probably like, he's winding me up.
But then I just saw his face get more angrier, and I just went, what's going on here? What happened? And he said, you bumped into me. And I'm like, okay, sorry? But it's a fucking festival, you little baby.
Well, like, imagine if everyone who you bumped into insisted you gave them an apology.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
And like I say, this was a fucking stacked tattooed guy.
Tribal tats, though.
Tribal tattoo, he was a fucking bellend. I just want to say, now, if you are a toxic man and you watch like Andrew Tate and all these fucking toxic podcasts, do yourself a favour and stop. You'll be so much happier as a human if you just stopped being toxic.
Pokeballs. Yeah. Zach came over during 9 Inch Nails. He brought over this magical Pokeball. And I was like, what is that? And I tried some and I really liked it. So I got it like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, because it was so hot. It was kind of hard to eat because a lot of the food was hot food. And I just wasn't in the mood for like hot food. I wanted something cooling and refreshing. And I found these Pokeballs and they were like cold, full of veg and rice. It was yum.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and some hummus.
Loads of people ate the potatoes and we didn't have the potatoes once because I'm like, how are you eating a boiling spud in this temperature?
Yeah, that's like winter comfort food.
Yeah.
Having said that,
it did look good.
Yeah, having said that, if they have spud man back at Bloodstock, I will be getting.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the food was great, but they definitely don't cater to many like dietary needs.
No.
If you look at the list for food vendors at Bloodstock, almost half of them have like gluten-free or vegan options.
Yeah, there's some really good selection.
I don't know, for some reason Graspop just didn't, and Mel literally lived off like salads. And speaking of food, we know someone who loves food.
Who's that, Zach?
Ben.
Go on, Ben.
Hello. Obviously it was really amazing spending time with the guys and also some new friends that we've never camped with before, like Courtney, Kieran, George and Matt. That was really, really fun. And spending time with our good boy Josh. He lives in Germany, so we don't get to see him very often, and he's one of our best friends, so spending as much time with Josh as possible is always a highlight of going to the Graspop. Which leads me to the cons of some of the festival, which was, oh my god, the heat was unreal. And there were loads of bands that we really wanted to see on the main stage, and we just couldn't because it was too bloody hot. Also, like, what's with the lack of soap at the festival, Graspop? Like, is it a European thing that everyone just brings their own soap? In which case, like, our bad. Do that for next time. I'm just gonna have like a whole fucking hand soap dispenser in my bag. If not, and that's not what everyone does, like, it's kind of gross. There isn't like proper antibacterial hand washing stuff around. There wasn't a huge amount of nightlife. Obviously they had the tents and the DJs that would go on until like 4 o'clock in the morning, which is cool if you're into that. But there wasn't actually that much else to do. There weren't like any silent DJ disco nights or anything like that. I don't know, get some axe throwing in there, get some like, you know, gaming console stuff in there. Like, I'm just basically riffing off a lot of stuff that Bloodstock do. Just having a bumper cars and then a Ferris wheel and being like, we done it, boys. That's all you need to do. Okay. Bands. Okay, specific bands. Korn, Green Lung, and Stray from the Path. I saw loads of other bands and I loved them all, but those were the 3 that really popped out to me. Worst bands. I really didn't like Alien Ant Farm. They are just the meme bands from the noughties, and like apart from Smooth Criminal, it sucked. It sucked so bad, and the guy was really Jesus-y and really like how are we all doing, metal family? And it was just like really staged, and it was shit. So fucking in that fun. I really liked Blood Incantation. They were amazing. They had like Mastodon-y, proggy, Tool kind of vibes and guitar riffs with also like blackened vocals and everything, and it was really amazing. It was so good. And also I really liked Crocus. We were standing by the bar 666 and they were really fun rock and roll. You know, I had not heard them much before, and admittedly I was a little drunk on crack and cocktails there, but I actually had a really good time with Crocus, and I wasn't expecting a huge amount from it. Yes, thank you everyone so much for watching. Huge shout out to Zach and Claire for all of their hard work for the channel, and yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye now. I'm sorry you have to edit 10 minutes and 40 seconds, Zach. Bye.
1, 2, 3. Thanks, Ben.
My favourite band of the whole weekend was Airborne. They were so friggin' good. There was so much fun, so much energy. And after the bullshit that happened to us at Korn, it just made me realise once again why I love Airborne.
Yeah.
So much fun, so
and
much
Airborne
energy.
fans
and
as
Airborne
well.
fans are just so happy, smiley.
Green Lung.
Yeah.
But that was inevitable.
Green Lung were amazing.
Yeah, they're just great. And we've got a good spot near the front, didn't we? And they did Song of the Stones, and that was great.
They almost didn't play. He said he had COVID like
a week before.
Prior.
Yeah, I'd be so sad if they couldn't go.
There's another timeline out there where Green Lung pulled out a Graspop. Another favourite of mine was Powerwolf.
Mine too.
They were incredible. Their stage in general was really impressive. And they've got so many bangers.
Yeah.
And you lost your voice because of the bangers.
I did. And it made my knees swell up because I can't jump up and down now.
Yeah.
Powerwolf was also one of my top ones. Just because they're just so entertaining in every way, and they have so many like anthemic bangers.
Yeah.
You know, they're very like Sabaton adjacent.
Yeah.
And I love them. Dragon Force.
Yeah.
It was really unexpected. Like I knew they were going to be good, but like I don't know if it's because the sun was going down a little bit, so it's getting a bit cooler.
That did help.
The water cannons, we got
and
they just performed really well, and they're just so much fun. It was just like a big nerd party, wasn't it?
Honestly, like I'm so glad they've leaned into their nerdiness.
Much more of a tongue-in-cheek vibe.
Yeah.
Like, very self-aware, but like unapologetic at the same time.
Yeah, they've got like the arcade machines up. They throw a cuckoo into the crowd. Yeah, I mean the other one, Beast in Black.
Yes, that would have been.
They were so much fun. They woke me up. Like I had a rager of a hangover that morning, and it was Beast in Black when I was standing there with a beer, just looking around, going, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah,
they made me appreciate life again.
Yeah,
from my hangover.
They definitely put like a pep in our steps.
Yes.
I've got some surprise bands.
Surprise bands?
Yeah, these are all bands that like I'd already put on my schedule anyway. Like I was gonna see them, but they just surprised me more than I thought. And that was Blood Incantation.
Yeah, they were
just
very
awesome.
good. And they had lasers, and lasers are cool.
They were just great. Yeah.
Blood Incantation got a lot of fans that week.
They did. They were a hit. Spectral Wound was really sick.
Yeah, shame they were on at like fucking midday.
Yeah, that's a bit early
So
for black metal, but I loved them.
It felt like I was floating through sound.
You're like, okay, I'm awake now. And then Power Trip on the Sunday.
They were probably my biggest surprise.
Yeah, they were just the riffs.
Yeah.
Like I'd
City.
never seen them before at all, so I'm just pleased I have in general.
Same, I mean, I said it in the vlog, but I'd never heard of them until then, and I walked away a fan.
Yeah.
They're brilliant.
Yeah,
Great
they were
band.
awesome. I definitely would see them again.
No disappointments?
Disappointments.
After watching everyone's Graspop vlogs, I do regret not seeing Death Clock. And that is pretty brutal because literally they come to Europe like once every decade or something crazy.
I'm so annoyed at myself for that.
And Slipknot, as much as I love Slipknot, it was the same show I've seen countless times since the first time I saw them back in 2008.
They were like what you'd expect, weren't they? Like, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't go with my original plan of seeing Death Clock because I'm full of regret now. At the time, I was just like, I don't know if I could be bothered to be in like a hot tent. It really, the heat, I'm gonna blame the heat actually, the more I'm thinking about it.
It was the heat's fault.
It really ruined things. No,
in the heat of the moment, you chose poorly.
I did, didn't I? I really did. I miss Graspop.
The festival itself is still probably my favourite festival. It is just so well organised. I know we moaned a lot in this video, but
we're just being realistic.
We're being British. We're being true to ourselves. But overall, it was a great festival. Thank you so much to Billy, Ruby, the Dippy Donutters, Bish Mosh, and all of the members of CHUB for getting involved. See you in the next video, which I know we said was Black Sabbath in the last video, but the next video is definitely Black Sabbath.
I kind of zoned out a bit just there.
You good?
I was like, it's just a wall of See you on the next video.
Oh, yeah. It's me, D. Snyder of Twisted Sister. Yeah, you know me. And I am here to tell you, subscribe to Mead and Metal. Subscribe to Mead and Metal. The power of Christ. Subscribe to Mead and Metal.